Hi, my name is Shiloh Lundahl, and you are watching the Improved channel focused on real estate investing. I just got back from Costa Rica a couple of weeks ago. My business partner, Jason Moss, and I went to Costa Rica looking for investment opportunities. We connected with a friend and fellow YouTuber, Matt Rosensteel. All right, everybody, here I am in Costa Rica, just outside of Tamarindo with Matt Rosensteel. Matt is a realtor out of Tamarindo, Guanacaste, who showed us some beautiful homes off the coast of Costa Rica. Matt is he's concerned about his hair. I think
I'm sorry.
Matt is a real estate agent here in Tamarindo, and he's been nice enough to communicate with me over the last couple of months, right?
Yeah,
last couple of months as we got ready to take our trip out here. And so here we are, we're on the hilltop or a mountaintop, and we're gonna go inside and take a look at this house. It is a fixer-upper, but as you can see, it would definitely be worth it because right behind me is the ocean. It's for sale on the market for $1.1 million. It has the nice pool right here. Let's go inside. All right, so here we are on the inside. Oh, I love the wood of this table. So see the wood on this table? Man, I just love wood furniture and decorations. Oh man, it's beautiful. All right, so here we are. All right, Matt, walk us through. Where are we starting? Let's start in the kitchen.
Kitchen
okay, so here's
here.
the kitchen. Is that granite countertops? Thin set granite countertops?
Honestly, that pantry over there, they use it for a nanny room.
So this pantry is a nanny room.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So you have a little bed right here. Let's keep going. Fantastic. Here we go. Oh boy. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. You have a queen bed, or I think that's a king. It's a king bed. You have right here with a little bunk bed, and then you have a queen bed right here. And you come into the bathroom. Ooh, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, here we have another bedroom.
Gorgeous ocean view.
Yeah, oh yeah, look at that view. You have a view to the pool, and then you have a view to the ocean right there. You can't see it really well with the light. There you go. Darken it up a bit. And then I love the art that has the frogs, Costa Rican red-eyed tree frogs. Look at these windows, guys. These windows
Very classic Guanacaste construction here.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's go upstairs. Let's see what we got upstairs. All right, so here we are, master bedroom. Oh boy, look at that.
Really big hit.
Look at that. Then you go into the master bath. Nice shower. So let's go out here and take one look from the balcony. See over the pool, again the ocean. See Jason making deals on the phone. All right, this is great. We did get a property under contract, but the property that we got under contract wasn't in Costa Rica, but we did get it under contract while we were in Costa Rica. All right, so I just finished signing the purchase agreement for a house in Mesa, and I'm here in beautiful Costa Rica. I don't know if you can see the waterfall over there, but we're gonna go up to it. We're really excited. Forgive me for misleading by saying that we bought a property in Costa Rica, but it is true that while we were in Costa Rica, that we got a property under contract that was purchased as soon as I got back from Costa Rica. So I want to talk with you a little bit about this property. This property was sent out by a wholesaler, and it came to my email. I looked it up, and I was looking for a property in Mesa for a colleague that I work with. He lives in Utah, but works in Arizona. So he and I were roommates up until my family moved back from California. And now he's living off on his own. And he wanted to have a property of his own that he could house hack, where he goes and he rents out individual rooms, and then he lives in the property, and the people in the individual rooms pay him rent, which then ultimately goes to paying for the property. So we were looking for a property that had 3 or 4 bedrooms that would make financial sense for him to be able to purchase and get renters to come in and then pay for the mortgage and have him cash flow on the property. So when this property came out, I took a look at it and I said, okay, well, it has some good square footage. It's almost 2,000 square feet. And in the city of Mesa, it's selling for $225,000. That's a really good price per square foot. Now, I did know that it was on a busy road, and a lot of times houses on busy roads are going to be valued less than the houses around it because people don't want to live on a busy road. But when you're renting, it doesn't matter as much when you live on a busy road than when you live on, in a neighborhood. So I thought, hey, this would be a good deal. And so I called up the wholesaler, and this is while I was in Costa Rica. I called up the wholesaler and I said, hey, tell me about this property. Tell me about, and I usually ask for 5 or 6 questions when I'm talking with a wholesaler about a property. I'll say, tell me about the AC, tell me about the electrical, tell me about the foundation, tell me about the roof, and tell me if there's a smell or something like that. So I ask about these major things because any of these things are big ticket items. So like, for instance, with smell, that means that I'm going to have to paint the entire place. If it really, really reeks of smoke or has pet odor or something like that, it doesn't give me the option to not paint it. I have to paint it to get rid of the smell. So I asked him these questions and he said, no, the property is fine. All of those major mechanicals are totally fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Oh, and I also asked about plumbing as well. And so I thought, well, that sounds good. And I said, I'd like to go ahead and make the offer. And then I asked my assistant to bring a $5,000 earnest money check into the title company, and she did that. And then I talked with my buddy and I said, hey, I got this property. This is a property that you'll probably want to buy in order to house hack. So he looked at the property. He thought, well, it looks interesting. We couldn't have access to the property because we didn't have the keys and the wholesaler didn't have the keys. And so we had to go through, or he had to come, and he was looking through the windows and he thought, okay, well, it looks pretty good. And the wholesaler told me that it, was according to how the pictures were. And I've worked with this wholesaler before in buying properties. And so I was pretty confident that what the wholesaler was representing was how the house really was. So we buy the property, and then we get into the property right after we bought it. And we were pleasantly surprised. There was no smell in the property. Also, there was this addition that made it to where it had been broken up into 4 different rooms, okay? Or I'm sorry, 3 different rooms. You had a big kind of sitting area, and then you had 2 smaller rooms that could be used for storage or something like that. So we got to thinking and we thought, you know what? This 4-bedroom house can actually easily be transitioned into a 7-bedroom house. All we have to do is drop a wall towards the back of that bonus room, and then we can convert those 2 smaller rooms into bedrooms as well. Now they'd be small rooms, and so we would probably just rent those out for maybe $450 a piece. But then the other, 4 bedrooms could be rented out for like $600, and then the master could be rented out for maybe $700. So we did the math, and we should be able to collect, or he should be able to collect $3,400 in rent. He would not have to pay, obviously, because he'd be living in it. And so among the other 6 rooms, he should be able to collect $3,400 a month. So here's how the numbers break down. So the purchase of the property was $225,000. Add a couple thousand for closing costs. And then also there are hard money fees that go along with this, because with hard money, he's going to be paying 12% on what he borrowed. So this is the cool thing about being able to buy a property when you're in a different state or even a different country. All I had to do was contact my hard money lender who's lent to me on several deals. So I gave him a call and I said, hey, I have this deal. I want to get it. Will you lend on it? He looked at it. He says, well, I'm concerned that, it's on a major street, that it'll be harder to sell. And I said, well, my buddy's going to live in it. and he's going to house hack. So he's going to have renters in there in each of the rooms, and then he's going to refinance the property. And he thought, oh, okay, well then that risk is a lot lower. Let's go ahead and do it. So he said that he would lend $185,000 of the 220 to purchase the property. And then while I was in Costa Rica, I made this little video and I sent it out to my investor group. And I said, hey, I'm looking for a private money lender who's willing to lend $30,000 on this deal for 12% interest APR. And within 20 minutes, I had 2 people who reached back out to me saying, hey, I'll do it. And a lot of this comes from having good relationships with other investors. And these investors are acting as private money lenders, lending in second position on this deal. So, hey everybody, we're here in Costa Rica, and I've been showing you guys some videos and stuff, and we're excited to show you about what we're doing today. But I just wanted to let you know we have a property that we just got under contract in Mesa. It's one that I'm going to get with a buddy of mine, Kyle, who's going to live in it, and he's going to rent out the rooms. We did this before on one property. It worked out well. Anyway, this property is valued at about $285 when it's finished. We're getting it for about $225. There's probably going to need to be maybe 10 to 20 in work. But anyway, I just wanted to see if anybody out there would be willing to lend on this property in second position. We're going to have a hard money lender lend $185. We're looking for about 30. So anybody that wants to come in with about 30, it'll be short term, probably within a 6-month refinance period. And we'd be willing to pay 12% because it's short notice, because we need to close on Tuesday or Wednesday. So just get back to me. It's 12% APR. Just let me know, and that would be fantastic. Hope you guys are having a great time. So with just a few phone calls and a few emails, I was able to connect the wholesaler with my private money lender, with the title company, with a hard money lender, with my insurance agent, and my assistant. I connected all of them together, and then they sent some emails back and forth. And then when I flew back to Arizona a few days later, I was able to go to the title company the next morning, and with $14,000 of our money, or my money, I was able to come in and close on that deal. That is how you can easily buy a property when you're out of state or out of the country, is when you recognize a deal, because you're familiar with the market, you know what you're looking for, and then when it comes up, all you have to do is execute. And it's easy to execute when you have a great team. So let's take a look more deeply into the numbers, okay? All right, so this property, as I was mentioning, we bought for $225,000. Closing costs were $2,000. Because we want to be able to take out as much as we possibly can in a loan for this property, we need to wait a 6-month seasoning period according to follow the guidelines of the bank, because if we don't, then they're only going to give us like maybe 80% of what we bought it for. We need to wait that seasoning period and then get an appraisal after that seasoning period, and then we can get 80% of what it appraises for now once it's fixed up. So let's again keep going with the numbers. I would say there's some other carrying costs such as taxes, insurance. That's going to be probably about $1,500. Rehab costs are going to be about $15,000, because we don't have to do a whole lot to the property. We are going to be converting one room into a bathroom, and then we're going to be adding that wall, and then probably putting in some new carpets if we can't get them clean. So we say about $15,000 in rehab. So the total estimated appraised value is going to be $275,000. We believe that the bank is going to give us a loan for probably 80% of what it appraises for after that 6-month seasoning period. So at $275,000 value, we think that the bank will probably lend us about $220,000. And then it's probably going to cost about $5,000 for the refinance. So at the end of the day, we should have about $41,000 tied up in this property. That seems like quite a bit, but let's look at the cash flow that this property is going to produce. So monthly rents at $3,400 a month. Now, they're not all going to be rented out every month, but let's say that this is going to be the higher end of our cash flow. So the bank loan is only going to be $927 a month on a $220,000 loan. Why is that? Because interest rates right now are so low. So that's at a 3% interest rate, and you can get loans right now for less than 3%, but it's for a 30-year amortization period. So the loan is about $927. The taxes and insurance on this property, I'm going to estimate are about $100 each. So let's see. So after taxes and insurance, now there are going to be some repairs. So let's add some taxes, insurance, and repairs. Probably guess about $100 a month, just on average. So with all of those costs, we're going to look at a total cash flow of about $2,200 a month. So with $2,200 a month in monthly cash flow, that's going to be an ROI, or a return on investment, of 63% per year. A little bit better than the stock market. Well, probably like 6 times better than the stock market. This was the property that we bought while we were in Costa Rica. After looking at all of the numbers, we were able to determine that this was going to be a good property for my buddy. And so I'm going to get it, and I'm going to help him be able to refinance it in his name. He's going to be able to live for free and cash flow about $2,200 a month. So I hope that this video was helpful for you to learn how to buy properties out of state, or even when you're in a different country. And the key is having a good team put together, because I couldn't have done this by myself. I had to have people working together in order for me to make a few phone calls and then create the deal. And then when I come back into town, boom, I'm able to go and sign it and everything works out. And if I weren't able to come back to the States, it's really helpful to have somebody that has a power of attorney to be able to purchase properties for you. Then you could just have them go and sign the documents. So anyway, again, I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Have a great day.